No, not this one, ours. No, we have to kick this thing live before it'll show up here. All right, so now broadcasting on YouTube on our Two Rotarians channel. You can go out to YouTube right now, search for Two Rotarians, the number 2, not spelled out, the number 2 Rotarians, and you will find our channel, and you can subscribe to our channel, and you will know when we go live, as we do events, just us podcasting, as we invite guests in to sit down with us and talk about Rotary, as well as other things that people are doing in the community. We do not just focus on talk about all things that are good. Sometimes we go off on tangents. It's what podcasting is. It's the beauty of it.
Blues hockey.
Blues hockey, that does come up sometimes. So as we do this, we'll kick over to the slides now, Lanny. We know that we're standing between you and lunch. The next 78 slides will go really fast, I promise.
I actually cut some out last night.
Yeah, we had to cut it down by 30%. So today we're here, we'll talk about a little bit of the new member orientation. So for our club, when new members come in, we do a new member orientation night. Now, Ken, I will let him talk a little bit about the process of how we set that up and what the new members go through.
So how many of you have, can everybody hear me in the back? Good, thank you. How many of you actually have a new member mentor night? Holy moly, no, one, two?
We got one, too.
Okay. Okay, so here's what we did. I looked at all the clubs in the district for over the past 5 years. And what I did was I borrowed the best stuff out of everybody. And I took that stuff and tried to put it into our mentor night. So there's a couple of things that I do specifically when we do our mentor evening. We do a dinner that's off-site, that's at somebody's house, where everybody who wants to come, whether you're a new member or not, we bring them in and we have them do a nice crock pot dinner. We usually have a crock pot battle, some Iron Chef stuff going on. I then bring in some videos. I want our new members to know what they're getting into, right? What is Rotary? Does anybody have that answer? YouTube does. YouTube has millions of videos. Talks about Sylvia Whitlock, which is something I shared, first female president. Never knew that until a couple weeks ago. One of the cool things that YouTube has is these little minute and a half videos. They're introductions to Rotary. And the best part about them is they actually sit there and they will tell you, this is why I joined Rotary. This is why I joined Rotary. This is why our club does this. This is why our club does that. And I really think that if you guys go out there and take the time to go find these videos, these are great introductions for clubs. These are great to bring a new person who doesn't know what Rotary is. Have them watch a 2-minute video, and I'll tell you, they're hooked. Because most of these videos talk about changing the world. And Dave and I always, whenever we're talking about Rotarians, I always say, be that hero. Because if I'm looking at a bunch of heroes in this room right now, if you do not know the person in your community who gets stuff done, be that hero, be that person. So that's why I wanted to just start you off there. I assign a mentor to each new member. That mentor cannot be the person that sponsored them into the club. I'm trying to get these people engaged and have them be, what's the term I'm looking for here? A new body, a new face. I want somebody with similar interests that might, they might kick it off and they might end up being one of those lifelong pals, and I'll share that in a minute. And checklist that I am more than happy if you guys want to contact me. What happens is in the next 6 months to a year, the mentor and the mentee take this checklist. And what they do is they kind of fill this out. Have you gone to another club and seen how another club operates? Have you done a service project? Have you, and your mentor, by the way, taken the time to talk about Rotary, talk about foundation, talk about what is Rotary? These people are new, they don't know. And so I think that if we get to that point where all of our clubs are taking their new members and really, I use the term coddle, just show them the love, our retention is going to be a lot better. It's going to be, you know, I can't tell you, we're in the same boat. How many clubs out there get new members and then within a year to 2 years, they're gone. They're out the back door, right? How do we change that? We got to educate these new members, then they're coming in.
Exactly. So another question that I'd like to ask everybody is, when, for you, does new member orientation begin? Anybody? Day one.
During the recruiting process.
During recruiting.
Yeah, you have to do it before they join.
You have to do it before they join. What if I told you, for us, the idea of new member orientation starts before you ever meet them? For our club, the reason that we do this Two Rotarians podcast, the reason that we do Facebook Live video, which has been going on all morning in the corner over there on the district's Facebook page. We do all these things because I don't know about anybody else in your business, but in my business, whenever we have somebody come in and interview for a job, we search for them on social media. We look them up. We try to see if they're posting things that maybe they're inappropriate. Maybe they're, yeah. I mean, you want to get to know somebody, and that's how it's done these days. So when somebody hears about you or sees something that you're doing and they go to search for you online, what does your online presence look like? So not only social media, but your website. How up to date is your website? Do you have a calendar of all your events on your website? That's kind of what our interpretation of new member orientation and where it begins. Because we do fundraisers, and not only at a fundraiser will we sit there and we're interacting with all the people that have come, but we'll do a short little snippet of a video to say, hey, we're right here right now doing a fundraiser. We did a fundraiser at Orange Leaf and for frozen yogurt, and we did a 1-minute little video that said, hey, come out and do this. 700 views.
He's not kidding.
700 within like an hour and a half. A 1-minute video on YouTube. Or I mean on Facebook, sorry. We do all of our meetings live on Facebook. Okay, does anybody out here do that?
There's a couple. And let me interject. The cool thing that we do doing the live video on Facebook is we make it as a makeup. You can't make our meeting? Get online. Go watch the meeting. Let us know you watched the meeting. And we'll do that as a makeup for our group.
Yeah, so the most powerful tool that a lot of us have is right here. You carry it with you most places you go. It has a camera on it. You can film, you can send out messages. We are encouraging our members to check in everywhere they go if you have a Facebook account. So if you have Facebook, have you checked in here this morning and said you're at a Rotary event? Anybody? A couple people. Those are the things that we are using to try to tie in the power of social media and those members that we haven't yet met. And it also helps with our current members. There's no way that it's going to hurt your current membership to keep them engaged and to make sure that every day you are posting this, or your members are checking in here and you're having these online conversations outside of your meeting time. How many people in here use Twitter? Does anybody follow does anybody follow Rotary International on Twitter? How often do they post stuff? It's ridiculous. I mean, they are constantly sending out messages with links to articles from all over the world. And those are great things that you can bring into your meeting broad Rotary message out there, but then you can interact with Rotary International. Maybe you can get them to follow you guys back as a club, to retweet some of the things that you're doing out to their 300 and I believe 40,000 followers. So
exactly. Well, and one point I want to make is there were a few people that use Twitter and all that kind of stuff. You know who's using that? Exactly, young people. We want to start getting these young kids involved. And I shouldn't say young kids.
Yeah, let's not.
20s,
let's
30s.
not.
Yeah.
But they are more likely to find you on social media, to
Exactly.
find you on the web, learn about what you're doing, and then engage with you that way, possibly first. And then try to get them to a meeting and try to, then get them hooked into that environment of your meeting. A little bit what we talked about in the group setting is at our meetings, we like to have a lot of fun. So for some fundraising that we do at our meetings, we've done Rock'em Sock'em robots to raise money for polio. We're currently doing Hungry Hungry Hippos. When you come, yeah, there's no skill in that. Whenever you come to one of our meetings, we're having a good time. And so even our business meetings, anything that we talk about, we're trying to inject a fun atmosphere to try to keep people coming back and keep them hooked, keep them wanting more. So as they learn about the service projects that we're doing, we're also, giving them also the history and keeping it fun and keeping it light. And Ken's laughing at me.
Lanny's pointing out some stuff. So this is, I just wanted to throw a bunch of stuff on the page here. So this is our Facebook page. You'll notice we're not just sitting there all standing around like, yeah, okay, we're a Rotary Club. I got these knuckleheads up top wearing sunglasses, having fun. Some guy dressed up as Doc Brown and came and talked to our club. I won't mention his name, very popular guy. But with that said, these are the kind of things that we like to do to kind of keep our members engaged. Halloween, our group dressed up. Our web page, our Facebook page, this is all, especially Facebook, is free advertising. And how many people here, and I'm going to do this again, raise your hand if you have Facebook. I hope you're looking around the room here, because I actually took the time to like as many of your club's pages as I could. The reason why I say this is because some of you are doing really great, and there's current events and there's current stuff, but then there's a couple clubs that may have, like, the last time they posted was 2014. What does that say to a new potential member that goes to that page and says, hey, these guys haven't done crap since 2014? I would look for another club, maybe a Kiwanis, I don't know. So that's why I'm saying, if you have the ability for a free Facebook page, and I'm going to offer myself out there. If anybody has questions or how to set up your own Facebook page, please hit me up. I'm on the district page, I'm on our page, and you'll see me everywhere at all these crazy events. The reason why I say that is because I know every single club in this room has that one crazy social butterfly, right? That is on Facebook 24/7. Why aren't they posting about their meetings on Facebook? Think about who that person is. That person should be your PR person. I know that sounds crazy, and you're kind of worried about, oh my God, what are they going to post?
Ken, can I just interject multi-tiered advertising? I mistook that picture. I thought that was Keith Richards and Mick Jagger.
It could have been. But the reason why we do all this crazy junk is because it's right. The reason why I do that stuff is because whoever was at that meeting is going to go, man, Ken's crazy. We talked about gaining membership, and actually this event, we're working at the Joseph Center, which is a veterans, I always say halfway house, transitional living center that none of us knew about 6 months ago. But we got hooked up with the O'Fallon Auxiliary, and they were like, hey, we offered this to the Boy Scouts. You know why they chose us? Because of this crap. They were like, you guys are probably crazy enough to do it. I take full responsibility, and so does Dave, for everything we put out, well, maybe, around our club. And what this also does for us is gets us new members.
Exactly. So to wrap this up, we hope that we've given you a little bit of some things to think about. Does anybody very quickly have any questions for us? If you don't right now, we are sitting right up front. Come find us. We have a question. Oh, we have a question.
How do you find your Facebook page?
Ooh, good question.
How do you word it?
We are very, very simple. And I'll tell you this too, because I don't know if Dave is still here. I spent some time trying to find every club's Facebook page and their web presence. And so what I did was right off the bat, great question. We are St. Clair County Sunset Rotary. You can type that into Facebook, or you can type in SCCS Rotary, and it'll bring you to our page. A lot of the other clubs, Belleville Rotary. I mean, you name it. Some of you were like, I found you in 2 minutes. It was great. It was easy work for me. Some of you, if it took me more than 10 minutes to find you, I'm looking at it as I'm a prospective member trying to join your club. I'm not taking any more than 10 minutes of my time. And again, I'm looking at the Kiwanis Club, right? So our club, there we go. Our club, we wanted to figure out why we were marketable. So one of the cool things about this, our group is actually 53% women right now. Behind every good man, right? The reason why I say that, and I won't go through all of these, but okay, so we got a couple minutes. The reason why I say that is because the very bottom one says that the Rotary police will never find us. Catherine Yank said, we were having a big discussion, we were arguing about doing stuff, and Catherine Yank said, Ken, what are you arguing about? There's no Rotary police. You guys can do whatever you want. Absolutely. So I encourage you to go out there, start doing crazy stuff. We have a cornhole tournament. We do Glow Bingo. We do all the craziness you could possibly imagine. I recommend you guys do that as well. And if Lanny will go to the page that shows the live feed. Yeah.
Which it might be.
Oh, so
we've been told it might be down because of the Wi-Fi.
That's okay. So go ahead.
But anyway, during lunch, during anything, come find us. We're sitting right up here. If you guys have any questions, you can also email us to rotarians@gmail.com. You can reach out to the St. Clair County Sunset Facebook page. We are available. We will help you. We want to know what you guys are doing as well. So start engaging.
Yeah.
And I'll turn it back over to Jill.
So what do you think of the rock stars here?